Hello everybody, welcome back to Mason Zero ASMR. My name is Mason, and today I'm continuing my journey through the Commander Anthology that recently came out. The first video was of Kalia of the Vast. Today, Meren of Clan Tel Noth. I won the Commander Anthology in a giveaway. I'm very excited about that. And Meren is probably the most infamous commander out of the four in the set. She is one of the more popular commanders in the format. So it'll be interesting to see what her deck is all about, because I don't really know. So without further ado, let's open it up. So, Meren of Clan Tel Noth. 2 a black and a green for a 3/4 legendary creature, human shaman. Whenever another creature you control dies, you get an experience counter. At the beginning of your end step, choose target creature card in your graveyard. If that card's converted mana cost is less than or equal to the number of experience counters you have, return it to the battlefield. Otherwise, put it into your hand. On the surface, that card just seems very powerful as a commander or as one of the 99. Like, that just seems like a crazy card. So I'm sure it's very obvious why this deck is good. Command Tower. Land. Add to your mana pool 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Evolving Wilds. Tap and sacrifice. Search your library for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield tapped. Then shuffle your library. Golgari Guildgate. Golgari Guildgate enters the battlefield tapped. Tap to add black or green to your mana pool. Golgari Rot Farm. Golgari Rot Farm enters the battlefield tapped. When Golgari Rot Farm enters the battlefield, return a land you control to its owner's hand. Tap. Add black and green to your mana pool. Jungle Hollow. Jungle Hollow enters the battlefield tapped. When Jungle Hollow enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life. Tap, add black or green to your mana pool. Polluted Mire. Polluted Mire enters the battlefield tapped. Add black to your mana pool. Cycling for 2 generic. Slippery Karst. Slippery Karst enters the battlefield tapped. Tap to add green to your mana pool. Cycling for 2 generic. Tainted Wood. Tap, add a colorless to your mana pool. Tap, add black or green to your mana pool. Activate this ability only if you control swamp. Terramorphic Expanse. Tap and sacrifice Terramorphic Expanse. Search your library for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield tapped. Shuffle your library. Vivid Grove. Vivid Grove enters the battlefield with 2 charge counters on it. Tap, add green to your mana pool. Tap charge counter from Vivid Grove. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Vivid Marsh. Vivid Marsh enters the battlefield tapped with 2 charge counters on it. Tap, add black to your mana pool. Remove a charge counter from Vivid Marsh. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Then we have basics. For swamps, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And for forests, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. For spells and other cards, we have, starting with Altar's Reap, 1 and a black, instant, as an additional cost to cast Altar's Reap. Sacrifice a creature. Draw 2 cards. Ambition's Cost, 3 and a black, sorcery. You draw 3 cards, and you lose 3 life. Banshee of the Dread Choir, 3 and 2 black, for a 4/4 creature spirit with Myriad. Whenever Banshee of the Dread Choir deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card. Barter in Blood, 2 and 2 black, for a sorcery. Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. Blood Baron, 2 and a black, for a 2/2 creature vampire. Sacrifice another creature. Blood Baron gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Corpse Augur, 3 and a black, for a 4/2 creature zombie wizard. When Corpse Augur dies, you draw X cards and you lose X life, where X is the number of creature cards in target player's graveyard. Gerard Golgari Lichlord, 2 black and 2 green, for a 2/2 legendary creature, zombie elf. Gerard Golgari Lichlord gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard. Pay 1 black and 1 green, and sacrifice another creature. Each opponent loses life equal to the sacrificed creature's power. Sacrifice a swamp and a forest. Return Gerard from your graveyard to your hand. Mazarek Crawl Death Priest, 3 a black and a green, for a 2/2 legendary creature, insect shaman, with flying. Whenever a player sacrifices another permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Butcher of Malakir, 5/4 for 7 with flying, vampire warrior. Whenever Butcher of Malakir or another creature you control dies, each opponent sacrifices a creature. Champion of Stray Souls, 4 and 2 black, for a 4/4 creature skeleton warrior. 3 and 2 black, sacrifice X other creatures, return X target creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. 5 and 2 black, put Champion of Stray Souls on top of your library from your graveyard. Dread summons X and 2 black for a sorcery. Each player puts the top X cards of their library into their graveyard. For each creature card put into a graveyard this This way, you create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token. Eater of Hope, 5 and 2 black, for a 6/4 creature demon with flying. 1 black, sacrifice another creature, regenerate Eater of Hope. 2 and a black, sacrifice 2 other creatures, destroy target creature. Extractor Demon, 4 and 2 black, creature demon, 5/5. Flying. Whenever another creature leaves the battlefield, you may have target player put the top 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Unearth for 2 and a black. Phyrexian Plague Lord, 3 and 2 black, for a 4/4 creature carrier. Tap, sacrifice Phyrexian Plague Lord. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. Sacrifice a creature. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Scourge of Tel Noth, 5 and 2 black, for a 6/6 creature zombie dragon. Flying. You may cast Scourge of Tel Noth from your graveyard by paying 2 black and sacrificing 2 creatures, rather than paying its mana cost. Sever the Bloodline, 3 and a black, for a sorcery. Exile target creature and all other creatures with the same name as that creature. Flashback for 5 and 2 black. Wretched Confluence, 3 and 2 black, for an instant. Choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. Target player draws a card and loses 1 life. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Blood Spore Thrynax, 2 and 2 green, for a 2/2 creature lizard with Devour 1. Each other creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Or with an additional X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on Bloodspore Thrynax. Centaur Vinecrasher, 1/1 for 3 and a green. Creature, plant Centaur with trample. Centaur Vinecrasher enters the battlefield with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the number of land cards in all graveyards. Whenever a land card is put into a graveyard from anywhere, you may pay 2 green. If you do, return Centaur Vinecrasher from your graveyard to your hand. Cloud Thresher, 2 and 4 green, for a 7/7. Creature elemental with flash and reach. When Cloud Thresher enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to each creature with flying and each player. Evoke for 2 and 2 green. Kessig Cage Breakers, 4 and a green, for a 3/4 creature human rogue. Whenever Kessig Cage Breakers attacks, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token that's tapped and attacking for each creature card in your graveyard. Mycoloth, 3 and 2 green for a 4/4 creature fungus with Devour 2. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 green sapperling creature token for each +1/+1 counter on Mycoloth. Overwhelming Stampede, 3 and 2 green for a sorcery. Until end of turn, creatures you control gain trample and get +X/+X, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Pathbreaker Ibex, 4 and 2 green for a 3/3 creature goat. Whenever Pathbreaker Ibex attacks, creatures you control gain trample and get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Terastodon, 6 and 2 green for a 9/9 creature elephant. When Terastodon enters the battlefield, you may destroy up to 3 target non-creature permanents. For each permanent put into a graveyard this way, its controller creates a 3/3 green elephant creature token. Verdant Force, 5 and 3 green for a 7/7 creature elemental. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 1/1 green sapperling creature token. Viridian Zealot, 2 green for a 2/1 creature elf warrior. 1 and a green, sacrifice Viridian Zealot, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Lotleth Troll, 1 black and 1 green for a 2/1 creature zombie troll with trample. Discard a creature card. Put a +1/+1 counter on Lotleth Troll. 1 black, regenerate Lotleth Troll. Vulturous Zombie, 3 a black and a green for a 3/3 creature plant zombie with flying. Whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, put a +1/+1 counter on Vulturous Zombie. Bone Horde, 4 generic for an artifact equipment. With Living Weapon, equipped creature gets +X/+X, where X is the number of creature cards in all graveyards. Equip 2. Eldrazi Monument, 5 generic for an artifact. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and have flying and indestructible. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. If you can't, sacrifice Eldrazi Monument. Grim Backwoods, tap, add colorless to your mana pool. 2 a black and a green, and tap, sacrifice a creature, draw a card. High Market, land, tap, add colorless to your mana pool. Tap, sacrifice a creature, you gain 1 life. Diabolic Servitude, 3 and a black for an enchantment. When Diabolic Servitude enters the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. When the creature put onto the battlefield with Diabolic Servitude dies, exile it and return Diabolic Servitude to its owner's hand. When Diabolic Servitude leaves the battlefield, exile the creature put onto the battlefield with Diabolic Servitude. Phyrexian Rager, 2 and a black for a 2/2 creature horror. When Phyrexian Rager enters the battlefield, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Rise from the Grave. 4 and a black for a sorcery. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. That creature is a black zombie, in addition to its other colors and types. Shriekmaw. 4 and a black for a 3/2 creature elemental. With fear. When Shriekmaw enters the battlefield, destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature. Evoke for 1 and a black. Thief of Blood. 4 and 2 black for a 1/1 creature vampire. Flying. As Thief of Blood enters the battlefield, remove all counters from all permanents. Thief of Blood enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each counter removed this way. Victimize. Choose 2 target creature cards in your graveyard. Sacrifice a creature. If you do, return the chosen cards to the battlefield tapped. Acidic Slime. 3 and 2 green for a 2/2 creature ooze with Death Touch. When Acidic Slime enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. Caller of the Pack. 5 and 2 green for an 8/6 creature beast with Trample and Myriad. Eternal Witness. 1 and 2 green for a 2/1 creature human shaman. When Eternal Witness enters the battlefield, you may return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Great Oak Guardian. 5 and a green for a 4/5 creature treefolk with Flash and Reach. When Great Oak Guardian enters the battlefield, creatures target player controls get +2/+2 until end of turn. Untap them. Indrik Stomphowler. 4 and a green for a 4/4 creature beast. When Indrik Stomphowler enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Mulch. 1 and a green for a sorcery. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put all land cards revealed this way into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Primal Growth. 2 and a green for a sorcery. Kicker. Sacrifice a creature. Search your library for a basic land card. Put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. If Primal Growth was kicked, instead search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Sakura Tribe Elder. 1 and a green for a 1/1 creature snake shaman. Sacrifice Sakura Tribe Elder. Search your library for a basic land card. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped. Then shuffle your library. Satyr Wayfinder. When Satyr Wayfinder enters the battlefield, reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them into your hand. Put the rest into your graveyard. Skullwinder. 2 and a green for a 1/3 creature snake with Death Touch. When Skullwinder enters the battlefield, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Then choose an opponent. That player returns a card from his or her graveyard to his or her hand. Spider Spawning. 4 and a green for a sorcery. Create a 1/2 green spider creature token with Reach for each creature card in your graveyard. Flashback for 6 and a black. Tribute to the Wild. 1 and a green for an instant. Each opponent sacrifices an artifact or enchantment. Viridian Emissary. 1 and a green for a 2/1 creature elf scout. When Viridian Emissary dies, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Wall of Blossoms. 1 and a green for a 0/4 creature, plant wall with defender. When Wall of Blossoms enters the battlefield, draw a card. Wood Elves. 2 and a green for a 1/1 creature, Elf Scout. When Wood Elves enters the battlefield, search your library for a forest card and put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Golgari Charm. 1 black and 1 green. Instant. Choose 1. All creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn. Destroy target enchantment. Regenerate each creature you control. Grizzly Salvage. 1 black and 1 green. Instant. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature or land card from among them into your hand. Put the rest into your graveyard. Corozda Guildmage. 1 black and 1 green for a 2/2 creature, Elf Shaman. 1 a black and a green. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains Intimidate until end of turn. 2 a black and a green. Sacrifice a non-token creature. Create X 1/1 green Saproling creature tokens, where X is the sacrificed creature's toughness. Putrefy. 1 a black and a green for an instant. Destroy a target artifact or creature. It can't be regenerated. Golgari Signet. 2 generic for an artifact. Pay 1 and tap. Add black and green to your mana pool. Lightning Greaves. 2 generic for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature has haste and shroud. Equip 0. Skull Clamp. 1 generic for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/-1. Whenever equipped creature dies, draw 2 cards. Equip for 1. Soul Ring. 1 generic for an artifact. Add 2 black to your mana pool. Wow. Add 2 colorless to your mana pool. Thought Vessel. 2 generic. Artifact. You have no maximum hand size. Tap, add colorless to your mana pool. And then we just have tokens. Quite a few. We have a germ, a beast, another beast, another beast, another beast. Elephant, 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 elephant. And spider, 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 spider. Wolf, 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 wolf. And that's cool. An experience counter token. And then all of these Saprolings that this deck makes were in the Kalia deck, but this deck has so many tokens and that deck had so few that it just put them in there. So that's cool. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Meren deck from Commander Anthology. Tune in to the next video to see Kalia and Meren fighting in a gameplay video, and then I'll have videos going through the other 2 decks in the Commander Anthology, but no game with them. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And until then, I'll see you in the next video.